AEW President Tony Khan has now announced that AEW All In at London's Wembley Stadium has sold over 60,000 tickets after tickets went on sale to the general public yesterday. Plenty of details on that. Plus, Chris Jericho also gives his reaction to the tickets being sold in mass amounts. But former WCW President Eric Bischoff has slammed Tony Khan for his reactions on social media this week. Plenty of discussion on that coming up. Plus, Matt Cardona is done with Impact Wrestling for now after failing to agree a contract with the company. The firm have been deleted last night on AEW Rampage. A trios title match is announced for this coming week's edition of AEW Dynamite on TBS. Valkyrie is suspended, and more matches have been announced for Dynamite on TBS next week. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of All Elite Wrestling. But first, we have to remind you tonight, of course, it's Backlash Live Puerto Rico. We will be doing a watch along and a post show for tonight's event, so be sure to join me live. But we're here to talk about All Elite Wrestling, and we will get into WWE later today. But let's talk about ticket sales once again for AEW All In, because the success continues to grow for what is easily going to be AEW's biggest and most profitable and successful event in the company's short history. At a capacity of 90,000, Wembley Stadium stands as one of the largest sports venues in the world, certainly the largest in the United Kingdom, and in just over 72 hours, AEW has filled two-thirds of it. On Sunday, August 27, AEW will head across the pond to present All In from London, England. Pre-sales for the event started Tuesday morning, eventually wrapping up Thursday evening, with more than 50,000 tickets being sold through Ticketmaster. AEW President Tony Khan then revealed that even more seats would become available for general sale, which began yesterday. Hours into the public sale, the AEW President Tony Khan and Chris Jericho revealed that tickets are moving even more, and the final total for tickets being sold is getting even bigger. Let's get some of the tweets up on the screen and some of the revelations on social media. First, from Tony Khan, he said, quote, "Thanks to amazing support from our fans, AEW All In London at Wembley Stadium has sold 60,000 tickets for £6.1 million, that's $7.7 million. This is one of the greatest success stories in wrestling history. There are still great seats that are on sale now. See you all on August 27, 2023. Do you agree? Is this one of the greatest success stories in wrestling history or modern wrestling history? Also, Chris Jericho, he had his say on social media too. He was actually the first person to reveal that AEW had sold 60,000 tickets. He said, quote, "They said we couldn't do it, and yet here we are at 60,000 tickets sold by the first day of general sales. AEW has created a monster, and I plan to lead the charge. See you in August, Wembley Stadium. Hashtag The Ocho. Hashtag Jericho Forever. Hashtag All In. Hashtag Queen Will Rock." Of course, referring to the legendary Queen concert at Live Aid at Wembley back in the 1980s. Certainly, Jericho trying to... And if you think Chris Jericho isn't going to show up dressed as Freddie Mercury that day, oh my goodness me, of course he is. Now, let's go back to this, of course, because again, huge ticket sales. And again, very, very, very positive news for AEW. And it is a huge success story, no doubt about it. As Khan previously indicated, the stadium has indeed opened up more seats yesterday, part of this general on sale. WrestleTix shared a photo of the revised chart for All In, noting that some of the upper decks that were initially closed have now been partially open for seating. Spectators can now also find a ticket on the 200 levels behind AEW's hard camera, as Wembley Stadium expanded its availability to include a portion of that section as well. As of Thursday evening, the pre-sale, as I mentioned, had recorded a gate revenue of £5.2 million, $6.5 million. The numbers for the general on sale, again, Tony Khan is now saying 60,000. That's £6.1 million, $7.7 million, of course, massively successful. Many people would suggest, and lots of people within AEW certainly are very happy about it. But one critic of Tony Khan and AEW at times is former WCW President Eric Bischoff, and he's had his say on Tony Khan's comments on social media this week, particularly the back and forth he had with an ESPN journalist. Now, just hours after AEW All In went on sale to the general public, with 60,000 tickets sold so far, former WCW President Eric Bischoff shared his belief on the Strictly Business podcast that AEW President and co-owner Tony Khan made himself and the company look bad during a recent exchange on Twitter, diminishing their recent achievement. Earlier in the week, if you're not aware, Khan harshly refuted an ESPN reporter's claim that All In would have a capacity of 40,000, implying information was leaked to the reporter via WWE CEO Nick Khan and encouraging the reporter to tell the WWE executive he could shove it up his ass. Quote, Tony is a man-child, Bischoff said, making sure to note he had not actually seen ESPN reporter's Mike Coppinger's comment, only Khan's response, which you would think, nevertheless. Tony, do yourself a favour, do your company a favour, and stay away from the camera. Every time Tony Khan steps in front of a camera, he makes his brand look childish and silly. Bischoff stated that AEW isn't in a war with WWE, no matter how much Khan may try and make it seem that way, suggesting that Khan wants his company to feel like WCW during the Monday Night Wars of the mid to late 1990s. Quote, let it go, Bischoff continued. Let other people put you over. Let other people say the things that maybe deep down inside you want to say. Let other people say it for you, whether it's fans or a spokesperson, because it makes you look less significant. The former Raw general manager then gave his congratulations to the company, stating that the amount of tickets they sold at All In so far is undeniably a massive success story. So what do you think about 60,000 tickets being sold? Do you think, like Tony Khan said, it's a massive success story? What do you think about Eric Bischoff's comments about Tony Khan? Does it make his company and his brand look weak? Should Eric Bischoff actually have seen the comments from the ESPN journalist before dunking on Tony Khan? Let me know all of your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. I know you'll give me all of your opinions, thoughts, and theories as always. Let's switch gears here, talk a little Impact Wrestling for a brief moment, because this could have big ramifications for WWE or AEW in the near future, because Matt Cardona hasn't been around in Impact Wrestling for a while, and according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, there's a reason behind that. Fightful are reporting that they have learned that Cardona is finished with Impact Wrestling for the time being. Cardona had worked with Impact for over 2 years without a contract, and the company was hopeful to ink him to a deal that would guarantee dates. While Cardona was happy with the idea of maintaining the agreed upon dates, but preferred to do it on the same handshake deal that they'd had prior. However, that wasn't made an option. Fightful have been told that Impact has been a little more adamant in signing deals in the more recent future. Of course, previously they've had a lot of talents that have been on handshake deals or per appearance deals or having no contract whatsoever, but they're trying to move away from that a little bit recently. As we saw Nick Aldis return to the company on a short-term contract recently, this is further example of just that. Sources familiar with the situation said there was no drama between Impact and Cardona, and that the two sides are open to doing business together again in the future. Cardona has been adamant that he'd be open to returning, but on the same handshake deal once again. So if they can agree to do business on a handshake deal, then maybe it would happen. But as of right now, Cardona, he's done with Impact Wrestling. Now, last night was another preempted edition of AEW Rampage, starting at a different start time outside of its normal time slot, and it featured the firm deletion. For months, Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy have been trapped in a contract dispute with the firm. But on Friday's AEW Rampage, during the firm deletion match, Hardy got help from just about everyone at the compound en route to pinning Ethan Page, who was distracted by Rebby Hardy, formerly TNA's Rebby Sky, and Gothic Baby. And at the end of the night, they made every single one of those distractions count. After some brawling on the front lawn of the Hardy compound, the cinematic match took a turn indoors where Senior Benjamin appeared behind Stokely Hathaway and tased him. It didn't stop there for Hathaway, however, as Rebby hit him with a twist of fate back in the ring before Maxwell Hardy delivered a swanton bomb from the middle turnbuckle. Eventually, Page found himself back inside the ring and beat down Hardy. Unfortunately for him, he was soon surrounded by all three of Hook, Cassidy, and Jeff Hardy, and following a signature suplex from Hook, Cassidy sent Page back Matt's way, signaling the beginning of the end. Matt declared, under different circumstances, we could have been great friends, before deleting him with a twist of fate of his own. Though before collecting the pinfall victory himself, Jeff put an exclamation point on proceedings by delivering a swanton bomb as well. Yet the fun, as it were, wasn't actually everything that we saw on AEW Rampage. Following the match, Matt Hardy tweeted, quote, huge news, due to TV time constraints, the firm deletion had to be trimmed down. You can see the complete unedited 21-minute version now. So if you want to see the full version, the director's cut, the Hardy cut, if you will, hashtag release the Hardy cut, you can go see it on social media. I think it's on either AEW's YouTube channel or it might be on Matt Hardy. It might be on both YouTube channels, so be sure to check that out too. Now, Dynamite this coming Wednesday, several matches have been announced. It's a big show, certainly, isn't it? The May 10 episode of AEW Dynamite from the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan is shaping up to be a big one. During Friday night's episode of AEW Rampage, it was announced that the House of Black will be defending their AEW World Trios Championships against Best Friends, that being Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, and Bandido, with AEW President Tony Khan also confirming the full card for the show, which we'll get into in just a second. The House of Black defeated the Elite at Revolution on March 5th to become the World Trios Champions for the first time, and have successfully defended the titles twice since then in a three-way match against the Jericho Appreciation Society and the Elite on March 15, and then again on April 5th against the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Though the rules on Wednesday will be a little different in this trios title match. The House of Black will be defending their titles under open house rules, which include 20-second countouts as opposed to 10 seconds, and no rope breaks during submission maneuvers. While disqualification can and will be enforced at the start, the option to make the match a no disqualification contest is also on the table. With all of that established, the men of House of Black aren't going to have all of the action to themselves on Wednesday nights. As I mentioned, there is plenty of other matches announced for the card, which we'll get into in just a brief second. But we have to talk about Valkyrie being suspended by All Elite Wrestling. It's just in kayfabe, of course. On the April 26th edition of AEW Dynamite, Jade Cargill defeated Valkyrie to retain the TBS Championship in a match where Taya's Road to Valhalla finisher was banned. After her loss, a frustrated Valkyrie put her hands on referee Aubrey Edwards, attempting to hit the Road to Valhalla. On last night's May 5th edition of AEW Rampage, the commentary team revealed that Valkyrie had been suspended for putting her hands on an official. During the show, TBS champion Jade Cargill picked up her 57th win with a quick victory over Gia Scott. It remains to be seen if and when Valkyrie will make her return following her suspension. Of course, one would think it's going to be in the relatively near future. Now, I mentioned more matches have been announced for Dynamite, and we can reveal them right now. There's an updated lineup. As I mentioned, there's going to be this Trios Championship match that's going to be taking place. We know the main event of Dynamite on Wednesday is going to be that steel cage match between the Elite's Kenny Omega and the Blackpool Combat Club's Jon Moxley. We also have that AEW International Championship match, Orange Cassidy defending against Daniel Garcia. We are going to hear from the AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR. They're going to be speaking to the AEW audience in the arena and at home. Chris Jericho is going to take action, whatever that means. There's going to be a no-holds-barred match as Anna J.A.S. is facing Julia Hart. That's been a rivalry that's been developing on Rampage in recent weeks. There's going to be Double Jeopardy, which a winner earns a shot at the other's championship. Claudio Castagnoli, the Ring of Honor World Champion, is going to be facing Rey Fenix, one half of the ROH Tag Team Champions. So if Castagnoli wins, he would get a shot at the Tag Team Championships. If Fenix wins, he gets a shot at the Ring of Honor World Championship. Christian Cage will be speaking, and as I mentioned, there's going to be that Trios Championship match between the House of Black and Bandido and the Best Friends. So there you go, guys. This is the latest AEW news for you. As I mentioned, guys, we will be live later on this evening for a Backlash watch-along and a Backlash post-show. We are going to have a WWE news video as well, breaking down what happened last night on SmackDown in Puerto Rico. What a fantastic atmosphere there in San Juan for the event. But there's your AEW news. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak for you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.